following is a presentation of TFNN. The Power Trading Hour with your host, David White. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, David White.
And welcome all to another exciting edition of the Power Trading Hour with me, your humble, lovable, squeezably soft host. Once more.
I'm shocked. And that gambling is going on in here.
You're winning, sir.
Oh, thank you very much. Everybody out at once.
Well, that was weird. Anyway, you're wonderful and happy. Host, once more into the breach do we go. Dear friends, as always, we'd like to come to you at this time.
The following takes place between 2 p.m. and 3 p.m.
So what do we have going on today? Well, we've got a little bit of a pullback off about 10 points on the S&P cash. We got down to a low of 23.83 on the S&P cash, 23.86 right now. Volume is good, a little bit better than most days other than yesterday, 2.3 billion shares. So what do we have up here? Do we have kind of a blow-off top maybe forming? I think a lot of people think that that could be one of the things happening out here. A lot of push, a lot of shove. You've got to always have kind of pullbacks to get more people that think that maybe there's a time for them to buy. And I don't know. I think probably just watching the volumes of the internal individual stocks compared to the ETFs, this looks like a lot of people pushing ETFs around for the most part. Still not a lot of volume yesterday anyway in the individual stocks. Bigger news out there, of course, is continuation with the TLT headed lower, 118.86. Of course, the big Mac Daddy on the street is the most powerful, the most honorable, Mr. Dollar. He's at 102.20. Looks to me like an ABC on kind of a maybe 1 or 2 day time frame up to 102.50. We'll see how that does. If it extends, my guess is that we're going to be in a bigger trading range from about 105 to 120 long term, maybe the back half of this year. And of course, as everybody's seen and we've talked about, a very high belief now that we will get a rate hike in March here this month. So got a lot of balls in the air, if you were a juggler. Some of these not quite making a lot of sense to some folks. But, you've got kind of crude headed lower today. 52.64, which is off a little like $1.20. The gold is down about 1.3%, off about $17 at $12.33. And just kind of real tough to see what's going on out here. Like I said, a lot of moving pieces, a lot of balls in the air. We had Snap come out with the IPO. It had been a while since we had what is probably going to end up being about $5 billion into this company by the end of the day. I think it was about $4 billion in the buyout, maybe another $1 billion today from looking at what's going on, i.e. additional shares released that weren't available on the at the IPO, but were available and added today. So you got a lot of stuff going on, but, with new IPOs, they're not in an index. So any money that comes out of the index on one side of the ledger that goes into Snap doesn't go back into the S&P, doesn't go back into the NASDAQ. It just comes out and everything's just a little bit lower. But I diverge and digress. I haven't digressed near enough this year. I'm getting behind, so I will catch up. Anyway, as always, we like to start the show off with a little bit of history.
That it's all just a little bit of history repeating.
On this day in 1904, I had no green eggs, no ham. And that's about as far as I go with Dr. Seuss. Of course, on this day in 1904, Theodore Gazelle, better known to the world as Dr. Seuss, his mother's name, was illustrator of such beloved children's books as Cat in the Hat, Green Eggs and Ham, and of course, without his books, would we see a handful of people that could not talk? You know who I'm talking about, right? Somebody that cannot speak without a Dr. Seuss rhyme behind him. You all know who I'm talking about. Dr. Seuss books are known for the whimsical rhymes and quirky characters, which have names like Lorax, the Sneechers, I don't know that one, and live in places like Hooterville, my favorite place of all. What else is going on out here? Of course, we had Snapchat come out. Now, one of the things that you should be aware of is people that didn't get the initial shares will be buying them in the open market, and probably bought many of them in the open market after the stock started trading it today. There's a thing called WAP, VWAP, and it's a volume-weighted average price. If you're dealing with people with very deep pockets, i.e. hedge funds, and of course maybe some of the other folks out there that are in retirement funds and that kind of stuff, they'll go out and say, okay, I want you to buy me 2 million shares of something. And the way you know whether or not you got a good price or not is this thing called VWAP. Where is it at? Let me go ahead and just pull up a screen. If you want the link to this, let me know. But there are some sites out there that will give you the VWAP for the day, and you can find out exactly what's going on as far as the average price, trading, and everything else in that. Is it still? It's probably just a little slow today. But this site at Market Chameleon will actually do that for you. Let's change that to Snap and see. SNAP. There it goes. So you can see exactly what the average price is for the day, and whether or not, if you're just looking for a quick way of finding out what's going on intraday, that's it. But normally what you find out is that if the buy is at a lower price than the VWAP, it was a good trade, and you got a good price from your broker-dealer who is buying 2 million shares of whatever for you today. The opposite is true if, of course, the price is higher than the VWAP, and you do lose and gain business depending on this if you're a broker-dealer basically taking care of orders for these big things, behemoths like CalPERS and the rest of them. But always a good idea to see what's going on the bigger scale. If anybody wants this link, they can get it from me. Just email me at path@tfnn.com, and you can see the VWAP of whatever you want, which is just the volume weighted average price on a stock, but how the big guys figure out whether or not they got a good price on the day. We'll be back in a minute.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen, live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den, absolutely free, for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com. Dave takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
And the question in the den is, do I have a view that Friday we could give back most of the 300-point gains from the Dow of yesterday? And the answer is yes. I don't see any problem with it. Do I think it's highly probable? I don't know. I think we could get probable 2/3 maybe. Just don't see a lot going on out here that makes me think that we aren't going to sell off at least for a handful of days. But we will soldier on in the meantime. Let's go through some of the 52-week highs today. You can, of course, give me a call at 877-927-6648. And, you can get the VWAP on stockcarts.com. You can get it on that other one for free, too. So it's not like it's not I have the link I give is not free either. So anyway, you can get it on stockcharts.com. Okay. Bank of America went to a new high. We're going to look at 52-week highs to see how many of these things turtled or prairie dogged this morning and what they're doing. Bank of America went to a new high, and of course, with most of the first rate hike for March baked into the markets, it did go to 25.80, but has pretty much given it all up and back to the open of yesterday on both Bank of America. When we look at Apple out here, kind of a similar thing. We popped a little bit higher, $140.27 today. Again, a lot of these went a little bit higher with no volume and then kind of pulled back. Apple hasn't given that much back yet. ACI worldwide, a 52-week high, but a good sign of strength. Nice gap up, nice volume, blew away previous highs, including this $22 June 8th high that had 460,000 shares, 1.35 million shares. So on a pullback to maybe $21.75 or $22. This would be interesting if the rally continues. Analog devices went just a penny or two higher than its previous high yesterday, and then pulled back into the trading range. Again, not a lot more volume today. AJRD. Now this one, another one out here with a sign of strength, making new highs. December 7th, a day that will live in infamy, $21.40, 350,000 shares. Through it with 1 million shares for Aerojet Rocketdyne Holdings, HRD. And I got to sneeze. Yeah, you know, it's springtime here in Florida when Dave starts sneezing because the air conditioning gives him a few chills. Okay. Okay. A little spike out here today in AKAO. Gave about half of it back, but a new 52-week high in that one. And the company that I will not pronounce because it will start a 2-hour war on how you're supposed to pronounce it. Everybody has, like a horse designed by committee, everybody has a way or a thought the way this thing should be pronounced. There are 50 different ways I've found on the internet. And, of course, no one will agree with mine. Of course, I believe everything on the internet. So, anyway, just from now on, we're just going to call it ALB. And on this company, which is deep, knee-deep in all kinds of things like lithium for lithium batteries and other chemicals, it got to a higher high today. Yesterday, we had 2.6 million shares. Today, we got about 1.3 million shares. But this kind of just ticked, just a couple pennies, maybe a 0.1% higher than the day before. And then a pullback on no volume kind of gives you an idea that we could have, and it could be a fairly decent time for a pullback. Alkermes, ALKS, then this one spiked. It's going to have a hard time. It might, but it may have a hard time staying above its previous shelf of January 4th through the 10th out here. Of course, for volume, I think you had about 700,000 shares. You had more volume today, but it's not holding it either. Allstate, this one ticked up and now is some fairly dark cloud cover. If you're looking at the candlesticks for it yesterday, not a lot of volume. So you did tick higher just a little bit, and you've put some dark clouds on that. So you figure you're probably going to get a little bit of retracements on even some of these strong ones. AUPH, Arena Pharmaceuticals, blew through its high with volume today and gave more than half of it back. October 6th with $5.69, 31 million shares. We're already gone to 40 million shares today. But again, blew out everything. Probably a lot of shorts in the stock. And then, of course, gave it all up. Avago had earnings on that. Nice pop, but again, given most of it back out here today. And any close below the high of 215.96 on the 23rd would be a rather poor signal for Avago. We've got several emails. We'll get to the first one from Dan. What's Dan say? Dan is from Clearwater, not from Lutz. And Dan wants to know about the gaps in Planet Fitness. What is it? Did I put it? PLNT? PLNT. Okay, let's take a look at this one. Oh, Planet Fitnesso. Hang on just a second, because I need to add this to my scan list. PLNT. I'll put there it is. I'll put that down there so I remember to get it in my scan list. Anyway, let's see what this said. How do you look at the two gaps above and the range that it's been in since $19.25? You kind of came up this last time with no energy. You had some decent volume into the previous high, still was 20 cents short and popped back in. See if there's anything else out here. You got two gaps down there at 15 and at 13. I don't know if those are the ones you're talking about. These things tend to be rather cyclical, and it's not uncommon to see the high come out here around this time of year and the lows to come back around September. So just seasonally in these kinds of stocks, I'm going to say you're probably at the height of what's going on in that just seasonally. Maybe there's something that changed in the stock I'm unaware of, but normally the downside of all these companies are throughout the summer and into the fall. So just seasonally, I would dislike any of these fitness clubs from that. Give me a email at path@tfnn.com and call me at 877-927-6648 or put a message in the den.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN and you'll find the Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now. Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. Anyway, I couldn't find the clip real quick, so I had to do my own impression of breaking the law, breaking the law, breaking the law. Anyway, Caterpillar was raided by the FBI today. This thing rolled over very quickly, down to a low so far today of 92.84. and it's back up around 94 now. But it's never good to have your company raided by the FBI. Kind of interesting. I wonder what's going on in this. But I guess we'll find out later. Yes, I'm seeing these IMs, but I'm just seeing them now. I don't see any more that you have. So what's going on with the IMs? Just wanted to see? Okay. I don't know. The engineer's IMing me, but I don't know what he wants. I saw that one. Boeing, or I'm not going. Another one on the 52-week high scale. This one has been up there. Oh, Steve from Houston. How you doing, Steve?
I'm doing well, Dave. Thank you for taking my call.
Okay. What can we do for you today?
I was looking. I've got NG.
Yeah.
And it's gotten hammered here over the last number of days, and I'm long from the low fours on it, and want to know where, a bailout or a stop point would be that say, this thing's going a heck of a lot lower or whatever. Or is it at a point where this might be a low and we get a rebound from here? Well,
to me, the dollar is kind of putting most of the pressure on all these gold stocks. Dollar index right now at 102.27. It's in an ABC that would say that it's going to 102.50. So I don't know how much more pain you want to get in. You should be in some kind of support area. There's this whole ledge in Nova Gold that goes from the 5th of January into the 26th of January. And that's kind of what you're in now. Volume is not all that exciting out here. My thought, though, is that there aren't going to be a lot of places to hide in this next pullback from the TLT and bonds to gold. Gold's probably going to be the best of the worst in any pullback in the broader markets. So am I going to say that you're going to really get hurt in these if you hold them? I don't know. I just don't see any. A lot of these gave some fairly clean signals that there were a lot of problems and that, some of these gold stocks tested highs with incredibly light volume just, 7-10 days ago. I think that would have been the time to ring the register and wait for the pullback. Here, all I see is that you can go sideways for a while. And maybe it doesn't go lower, maybe it does. So the question would be, do you want to hang on for it for a week or 10 days until this thing bases out at $5 and then maybe heads back up? Do you want to take your cash now? I mean, it's all personal preferences.
Yeah.
There isn't a lot of upside to holding, I suspect, these gold stocks, right? But I'm thinking 102.50 for gold, or for the dollar. I'm thinking 116 is the test in the TLT. And if you tested the TLT at 116, that's probably where the next buy point, or probably close to it, that I think. If you could see kind of a top in the dollar and a bottom in the TLT, that might be where you'd want to hop back on again. Okay. What was your plan when you entered the trade?
Well, I bought it low enough to where I felt I had enough room. The problem is I didn't get out when I should have gotten out, and that's always the problem, because I had a lot of room.
What would you bet? What's your bet on how many interest rate hikes we get this year?
Probably one.
Okay. If you want to take that bet, then I would probably hold. If you think it's 3 like me, then it doesn't make a lot of sense.
Okay. All right.
So, to me, 3 is not going to be a deal, but it is going to keep a lid on gold, probably keep a lid to some extent, unless there's a big event in crude. And, of course, it's going to make the dollar go higher. So the question is how, on a percentage basis of 100% being absolute lock and 0% being that you're 100% wrong, how well, what percentage would you put one rate hike for the rest of the year?
Yeah, don't want to make that bet.
Well, no, I mean, on anything, it's not 100% or 0. I mean, what I'm trying to do is get how you feel. Do you think that 80% that we get one and we're done, or 50?
Yeah, and I don't know, 1 to 2%. Okay. But even at that, if they start doing that, it's not going to be it's not going to do well for gold, though.
Yeah, that's to me. I just don't see a lot in it. Now, if we have some kind of a 9/11 event or something else, and it's not beyond the scope of reason. It's been a while since we've had some kind of black swan event that no one's thought of. But to me right now, I see at least the beginning. I see the Chinese have been actively selling U.S. bonds for a while. They continue to do that. They continue to do that to prop up their currency. And, it's hard for me to see a lot of scenarios where it's really good. Maybe there's a decent pullback. But, if I was thinking right now, if I had no fish to fry, which I don't in gold, I don't own any gold stocks. I don't own gold coins. I don't own anything, including Bitcoin. So at this point, for alternate currencies, if I was looking, I would certainly love to see this thing back down around the $4 level again on lighter volume. I mean, you had a good signal out here when this thing went through the $4 level of October 12th on December 20th. You had less than half the volume. So a beautiful buy signal. I just would have liked to seen the energy on the way down a little bit less. But, you went below the previous low. You closed back above it. You never really had all a very exciting volume. I mean, you had kind of a down day out here on the 16th of December that kind of did it. But you popped right back into the trading range, and that's all that mattered. But I don't know. If I was looking at this right now, I would say more than likely a trading range between $4 and $6.21.
Yeah. Okay. Well, Dave, thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, but I mean, if you're thinking about this stuff in the future, a lot of times you'll get better at it. But before you enter the trade, just go, okay, I think right now the rate hike, one rate hike is a 50% chance, right? And then when you come back and you're ready and you're thinking about selling, then go, did that change? Has my opinion on that changed? Has my opinion on the other questions before I entered the trade changed? And maybe that makes it a little easier to make the decision.
Well, I got a profit in it now, and I don't want to go to a negative.
Okay.
So,
thanks for the call.
Thanks. Bye.
TFNN has just launched a special event in Tampa with Tom O'Brien taking place March 18th, sponsored by Nadex. Tom O'Brien will be presenting 2 workshops for a combined 2.5 hours of education, bisecting and dissecting his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System. March 18th kicks off with a continental breakfast as we get everyone checked in, and that is followed by 2 75-minute workshops with Tom O'Brien. The first workshop from 8:45 until 10 a.m. will cover quality volume, cause and effect, and ABC structures, and the second workshop from 10:15 until 11:30 a.m. will cover swing points, testing, and the Tiger Gartley. Tom will then wrap things up with a question and answer session, which will be followed by a Tiger Luncheon Social on the rooftop of the Westin Hotel. The best part is that it's all free, but you must register to attend. Visit the front page of TFNN.com for all the details and to sign up today, and we hope to see you in Tampa on March 18th.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you like it does me, visit everbank.com/TFNN to find out what they can do for you. Again, that's everbank.com/TFNN. Visit them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender.
TFNN is excited to offer a brand new piece of market scanning software unlike anything the industry has ever seen. John Logan and his team have spent years developing their market profile tools to finally be able to release the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. And right now you can get a 2-week trial absolutely free just by visiting TFNN.com and providing us your name and email address. The TAS Profile Scanner Plus is the premier market profile-based scanner in the industry. Powered by the acclaimed TAS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner is a standalone desktop software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Within 3 minutes of signing up, you can have the software downloaded and running on your computer with a complete roadmap of market indicators and inflection points to trade off using the TAS Profile Scanner Plus. Sign up today and try this amazing piece of software by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by TFNN. Test drive all the newsletters for free at TFNN.com.
And as we're back, we can get a little look at some more stocks out here at 52-week highs and see how they're reacting off this move. We've got Sotheby's. You've got to say it that way, by the way. Sotheby's. So let's see if we can go a little longer. This thing's just now into a gap. Goes back a while. That gap happened with 4.4 million shares on February 28th, 2014. And, wow, not a lot of juice out here today. Is holding it. 1 million shares so far. So, interesting. Wonder if auctions business is getting ready to take off. Builders First Source. Nice little pop in this one today. Decent volume last couple of days. I don't know what you can say about this one. There's not a lot out here other than it's now getting into the previous highs as we go back a while. BURL, which is Burlington Stores, big coat outlet, through its previous high, needed 3.8 million shares from the November 23rd high. Today in this one, it's holding it with 2.6. You may get close on that volume today. CALA is Calethra Biosciences, CALA. Now, this thing spiked all the way up to 1370. Just looks like it ran every short and now is back pretty much to the price it closed at yesterday. CARA, which is Cara Therapeutics, another huge spike out here without much follow-through. Volume is going to probably be more than tomorrow, but right back into the trading range. CY, which is Cypress Semiconductor, another little pop out here on light volume. We had a phone caller couple of days ago that wanted to talk about the SMHs, and I thought maybe we were just a couple of days ahead of where we needed to be. And here you wanted to kind of wait for a close back below the 3x3 displaced moving average. To me, this would be, if this continues to sell off today, as long as it would stay underneath the 3x3, this may be an interesting spot to start looking at some of those semi-shorts. What was it, the SOX S or the SOX? I think it was the SOX. Let's take a look at that. May have been the phone call. I can't remember right now. But most of these look the same. The SOX itself needs just a little bit lower. In fact, it closed below 32.35 today would be kind of a signal to buy that on a double repo pattern. It's not the most beautiful double repo pattern out there, but interesting nonetheless. To Dycom Industries, let's take that off so you can see it a little bit better. Pushing the 52-week high, lots of volume, but not a lot of follow through. This thing may close back into and below its August 8th high, $98.45. What else do we have here? Mr. Facebook at 52-week highs. This thing has climbed, but hadn't had any volume the last 3 or 4 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days. Today, even a little higher and back into the trading range. This one looks like it could pop right back down to 134 without much problems. It wouldn't be enough for me to put a trade on, but looks like it could do it. We talked about this one the last few days. Global Blood Therapeutics, GBT. This one has got a fairly good dark cloud cover if you're looking for candlesticks out here. At least yesterday's move. Volume has picked up a little bit out here. So we're seeing, I think, maybe some of these bios are ready to pull back into the trading range again. Don't know this stock, GKOS. A nice pop on this one, although it's given more than half of it back. When you see a pop like this and I see more than half of the pop given back, normally it isn't more than a day or two before you fill that gap. Home Depot making another 52-week high. Not a lot of volume, but it did and is holding a little higher than yesterday. So maybe this is one of the more strong ones in this sector. I would not be surprised if the market pulls back, that it fills these gaps back down to the mid 142 level. Not the end of the world, right? Hologic, HOLX, testing its previous high of February 1st that had 11 million shares, $41.24, doing so with just 2 million shares today. So this one bears a little bit more work after the bell and when I have some time. INCY, Insight, we talked about this one after the gap. This one, we'll watch how it closes, but a little bit higher to 135.79 today, but no volume. 1.3 million shares, and man, you had 33 million shares a couple of days ago, 9 million shares on the first gap up on the 24th. A little tiny tick higher and no volume is always a scary proposition after a big move like that. IRWD, Ironwood Pharma, this thing is clipped a little higher than its previous high of November 11th. That had 2.16 million shares, $16.89. It's through that today with about 1.7 million shares. So it looks like you may even be able to hold the high, but there's not going to be any kind of sign of strength on that. JD.com opened up well. This is the Chinese internet company, has given all of it back. It hasn't filled this gap that goes back a ways. Let's take a look at this. So you had 18 million shares or so far. This thing gapped down with 18 million shares back on the 4th of January. Is that right? Yeah. Of 2015. So it's just now filling this gap back up and basically filled it, gave it all up, and returned lower. KPTI, don't know about that one. Altria Group. Again, this one's kind of interesting because I don't see a lot happening in the earnings part of it. This looks like a play for a safety stock. And a lot of people, as the market continues to go higher, are worried about having dividend-paying stocks. This one ticked a little higher. Volume's okay out here, but not a lot of these safety stocks continuing to do well. See what else we have out here of interest. Progressive Corporation, PGR. Another little tick higher out here. No volume, though, compared to yesterday. A little doji. I would not be surprised to see us kind of close like this on a great deal of these stocks, which were a little, a couple pennies higher, no volume, and a doji out here on a lot of these, which would be, at least in the very short term, kind of bearish. Again, another little doji for Portola Pharmaceuticals, PTLA. This one spiked higher to $39.97. It's right back into the price point of yesterday with that lower open and higher close yesterday. This looks like the market's kind of tired. We'll go back through a few more of these 52-week highs before we close the show today. 2388, we're off 8 points on the S&P cash, 2.6 billion shares.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of The Trader's Edge, heard daily at TFNN.com and author of Mastering Probability, a daily investment and trading newsletter service that I send out each morning by 8 a.m. My morning newsletter service covers exactly what the markets have been doing since last night's close, providing you with an edge on your trading day ahead. You get actionable trading ideas, including the exact entry, stop, and profit targets. Plus, I'll teach you the patterns and hidden market correlations that will make you a better trader. As a subscriber, you'll gain access to my 90-minute money management workshop, where I'll teach you the secrets that'll save your assets. The bottom line, I've got your back, including a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the type of analysis I provide each trading day by signing up for Mastering Probability today. With nothing to lose, this is an offer you should not pass on. Mastering Probability can be found under Trading Newsletters on the front page of TFNN.com.
Catch Tom O'Brien, professional trader and educator, founder of TFNN. Also, a special guest on CNBC. Tom will bisect and dissect the markets. The Tom O'Brien Show, next on TFNN.
And 2387 on the S&P cash. We're off 9 points. Volume 2.6 billion shares as we go through the rest of it. Dollar index 102.21. We look at oil settled down almost 2.25%, 52.59. Russians not cutting back on the oil, kind of like they said they were. Sounds like maybe they speak out of one side of their mouth while they're collecting dollar revenues or dollar-denominated revenues in crude in the other. Just a possibility. Gold off to 1.4%, down about $18 at 12.32. Silver off almost 4%, $17.77. Platinum $988.20 off $31. And copper, which is kind of the one I'm more interested in out here, down about 2%, $2.68. Not a lot else going on. And we looked at the TLT. Wanted to look at Skyworks Solution. It made a 52-week high today and has rolled back lower. Not a lot of volume so far, but that doesn't mean anything. Most of these stocks need to pull back rather strongly. This one, you want to look at it at about $82. There's a double gap right there. And in the scheme of things, that pullback is not going to be all that much. But to me, that would probably be about the only safe place to actually go out and buy this thing. You had one kind of semi sign of strength on the 17th of February with 5.4 million shares. It's just gone sideways since then. We did pierce that today at 98.57 with 5 million shares compared to the, basically the 5 million shares of that day. So we're kind of down almost of that candle up, which wasn't very impressive already. So this thing gets a little bit more volume before the end of the day. I think you might be ready to pull back. That would, I'll put that on my calendar, but about $83 would be where I'd want to take a look at that. TRV, which is a Travelers company, another insurance company out here. Again, everybody kind of starting to look for the safety stocks out here at these highs. If a pullback happens, what do you want to be in? A lot of times they want to be in these stocks with dividend payers. Travelers TRV went through the December 21st high, 123.09, 3.22 million shares. Did so yesterday with 2.6 million shares. Today we're getting a little reversal, but it went higher on just 1 million shares so far. So you got to see a lot of these just look very, very tired. Also giving a little bit of cloud cover on the right-hand side of these charts. See if there's anything else we looked at. Weyerhaeuser, WY is the symbol on this one. Again, it started to break above previous highs. And it's been going through this $33.50 area. Moved up the last couple of days. Yesterday, you had 4.3 million shares. You're a little higher today. Not back into the trading range, but watch this. Maybe it does this tomorrow. But just 2.4 million shares today. So you're going to have a lot more volume to come back in that really makes anybody think there's a lot more here. I dislike this breaking through that 33.28 December 13th high without a sign of strength. Now, maybe you get it in a few days. But energy off the December 28th low up into this high is a little bit off of what they've had before. I don't know. This looks to me like a tired market. That's what I'm going to say. Tired. Get some sleep. We'll see you tomorrow. Same bat channel, same bat time. Remember to sell when you can, not when you have to.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
You're watching Tiger TV.